When you're in the early stages of learning how to trade tennis, there's a lot to think about. When you're involved in a market with money at risk, it's even harder to remember what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. So I've put together a list of 5 main things that new tennis traders should concentrate on. It will make things easier. Take a look. Okay, let's get straight into it. These are in no particular order, although I did leave the 5th one until last intentionally. So the first one, Premax Research. You have to do at least some Premax research. You will find that if you do, you will improve your results. And as soon as you see that change, as soon as you see that improvement, then you'll be hooked and you'll do it anyway. But we need to get you to that stage if you're not doing anything at the minute. Now there is the option to sign up for the trading tips email where I do the research for you, but I would still recommend that new traders do some themselves. There are loads of videos on my channel that show you how to research a match, either in a few seconds, or even if you do the full method, it's 2 minutes to research a match the way that I do it. So definitely have a look at those videos. I'll put links to some of them in the description. Second one, trading without strategy. You've got to have a plan of how you're going to trade this match. Now, if you're just starting out, you're probably just using one strategy, whether it's backing the server, laying the server, waiting until their price rises by 20 ticks and then backing them and trading out when they get back to start price. Whatever strategy you're using, use something. Don't just go in and click around and try it. You'll figure out who's going to win the set. It's not going to work without experience. You really don't want to do that when you're experienced, but when you are experienced, you won't do that anyway. So definitely have a strategy, stick to it, and when you're happy with one particular strategy, move on to the next one and get confident and consistent with that one as well. Don't be in a rush to be trading the way that maybe you see more experienced traders do it. Chasing losses is something that most people have been guilty of. Hopefully, as you get more experienced, it happens less. What makes you chase losses? It's emotions. You've had a big loss, bigger than you would have liked, bigger than maybe you're used to, and you want that money back straight away. You don't want to wait for it. You don't want to do it gradually over a few trades. You want it back now. That is not now the reality is, because you're trading with emotions, you're not going to make good decisions, and you're probably going to stake too high. You're going to maybe not wait for a suitable entry. There's loads of reasons why you would just not make a good decision. Best thing to do if you've had a big loss, especially if it's something that is bigger than you're used to, is take a break. Whether it's a break for an hour, whether it's a break for a day, a week, whatever will stop you chasing that loss. Now, the first thing to avoid chasing losses is to not allow them to get out of control in the first place. So things like selecting good value entries, basically following the rules, and not just sitting there like a rabbit in the headlights and let the loss get bigger and bigger and bigger, hoping it's going to turn around. It doesn't, and then emotions kick in. The purpose of taking the break is just to reset your brain a little bit, so that when you get back to your desk, computer, wherever you're doing your trading, you're in a better state than you were an hour ago, or however long it is that you suffered the loss. You're in a better frame of mind to get, or to start to get, that loss back. You shouldn't try and get a big loss back in one go. Just shouldn't. Just don't do it. Don't even concentrate on, when you're getting into a new trade, don't be thinking, I'm going to get X amount back. Just enter the trade as you would before, and it's difficult to do, especially when you maybe don't have much of a bank anyway, and you've just maybe lost 50% of it, let's say. It's difficult to do, but that's the reason for taking the break. It gives you more of a chance of being in a better frame of mind. Doesn't guarantee it. You still have to follow the rules. You will get it back. It might take 5 trades. It might take 10 trades. But that in itself is a learning process to not allow losses to get to that size, because it takes you so much longer to get it back. Lack of patience is definitely something that you learn to deal with and you learn to control. But when you're learning, you want to be involved. You've seen maybe videos on YouTube of traders getting involved straight away, right at the start of the match. First thing is, there's very rarely, if you're looking at backing the favourite, there's very rarely any value in backing them at the start anyway. It is very unusual. You have a chance of getting some value if you think that it's the wrong favourite and the market's got it wrong, so you're going to be backing above evens. But even then, you need to be getting a better price, a better value price. The most important part of the trade is the entry price. If you get a good value entry, then even if it doesn't go your way, you've straight away limited your potential losses. If you take a bad value entry, you have to be right. It's a punt really, because you have to be right straight away, or you're going to be straight into the red and then having to deal with that situation. There's no magic formula. There's no magic wand to wave as an exit price, as an exit trade to get you out of a crap entry. Okay, take bad value, you're screwed anyway. So have some patience, wait for a better price in play. And again, that will improve your results straight away and reduce your losses. Trust me on that one. Okay, the last one could be argued is the most important of the 5. First 4 really don't matter if you haven't got stake control, because you're not going to have a bank left to trade with anyway. I always recommend that new traders use small stakes, no more than £5. The reason I say that is, to me it's obvious, but the reason I say it is, you will make mistakes. That's not a criticism. When you're learning something new, you're not going to be an expert straight away. You are going to make mistakes, and it does not make any sense whatsoever to have those mistakes cost you a big chunk of your bank, which probably isn't that big anyway at the start. Now the problem is, you've probably got into tennis trading because you've seen posts on social media, videos on YouTube, people using bigger stakes. You don't want to use 5 stakes, and I get that. You're not going to make much money. The first thing you should be thinking about is not losing. And if you can consistently not lose, it's a really strong skill to have. As you get more experienced, you get just more experience in the market and how matches could turn around, and get used to the players and how they perform under certain situations, you can start and increase your stake level. But you need to, when you do increase your stakes, do it slowly, do it gradually, almost so that you don't notice the difference. Because if you increase your stake too much and too quickly, when you place that first entry, all you will see is the red amount that appears on the other ladder. And if you've moved the stake up too much, that will affect your decisions that you're going to make in that trade. So you're not going to be as effective. Trust me, I did it. I took a massive jump up to £500 stakes from 250 a lot of years ago, and crapped myself. As soon as I placed a trade, crapped myself because it didn't immediately go my way. So don't be in a great rush to increase stakes, but do it slowly if you do. Another point on stakes is, and I've had this so many times over the years, I used to speak to a lot of new traders. If you're using trading software and you set the stake at, let's say, £5, they'll get into the market, click to enter the stake, so they've entered £5 into the market. They then, either the price goes up or maybe they're just really confident that their player is going to win, they click again. Price might go again, click again. If your stake is set at £5 and you click 3 or 4 times, your stake's not £5. Be honest with yourself, because you're not fooling anybody else. The only person you're fooling is you. If you don't have the discipline to stick to the stakes that you've been advised to use very early on in your tennis trading career, if you want to call it that, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to have, if you haven't got that basic discipline, you're really, really going to struggle to make consistent profits. So hopefully that has been of use. If you've got any other tips for new traders that you think maybe should have been included in this video, or if you've got any questions about any of the above, drop me an email, drop me a comment in the video, and if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Catch you later.